12 monster strong fragrances from designer and niche houses. I just released a video on clove fragrances that are monster strong, but each of these is going to be, rather than a less expensive alternative, these are going to be original fragrances, and each one of them has got great performance, and each one of them I personally really enjoy. So we're gonna get into this powerful list, but before we do, remember to give a monstrous click to the like button if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get into it. Well, first up, I've got one that is usually very inexpensive, even though it is a designer brand that makes really awesome fragrances at very affordable prices. I'm talking about Salvatore Ferragamo, and this one is Womo, the original. This is a powerful and sweet tonka bean and tiramisu fragrance. It's got just the right amount of darkness, almost like a dark woodiness, with again that powerful kind of vanillic tiramisu, which is kind of a coffee mixed with some of those sweet notes. And it's got a incredible lasting power. It's got great projection. This is one of those fragrances that if you were to accidentally overspray, you'd probably give yourself a headache or the person who sits next to you. But if you enjoy those kind of dark, sweet, powerful fragrances, it's really one of the best. It's kind of a darling of the fragrance community for that reason, and very affordable. Salvatore Ferragamo Womo. Next up, this one is from a monster line of fragrances. The original and pretty much all the flankers have had fantastic performance, and this may be the most powerful of them all. I'm talking about the line Stronger With You, and this is Stronger With You Intensely. So this one is, it probably deviates the least from the original, except for maybe there was a fresh one that was very similar to the original that I think is discontinued now. But this one is fantastic. It is a little less aromatic than the original Stronger With You, and they doubled down on the vanilla, chestnut, warm sweetness. So if the original was too sweet for you, you're not going to like this one. If you like sweet, warm fragrances with a little bit of spiciness and with some powerful vanillic goodness and glory, and chestnut, of course, this one's fantastic. It really is Stronger With You intense. It's an intense, just pumped up version of that DNA. Really good and incredible performance. Stronger With You Intensely. This next one is one of my absolute favorite fragrances. I was going to say favorite performers, but really favorite fragrances of all time, and it's got amazing performance. I'm talking about this one right here, Spice Bomb Extreme. My bottle is a 14-hour fragrance. It is nuclear. Now, some of that probably has to do with body chemistry. It has to do with olfactory equipment up in my head, but performance in general is very subjective. Some people have said they don't get good performance out of Spice Bomb Extreme. I wonder if they might have gotten a fake bottle off of eBay or something, because this one is, again, absolutely beastly. What you have here is a wonderful, sweet black vanilla, and you've got quite a woody backbone coming from cedar and some other woods, and then you've got a good mix of spices, some black pepper spiciness, some cinnamon, and you've got a rich tobacco note kind of at the heart of the fragrance. I love the original Spice Bomb. I love them all. I have the entire line, and anytime a new one comes out, I always pick it up. So again, Spice Bomb Extreme might be my favorite out of all of them, but it's kind of hard to choose. It's like choosing a favorite child. Love this stuff. Powerful performance, Spice Bomb Extreme. This next one is a niche fragrance. I think I've only got two niche fragrances in the video, and this one is a style of fragrance that is going to be powerful and serious performance unless the manufacturers have really messed something up. This is a leather fragrance, a dark leather fragrance. I'm talking about Day 3 Fragrances Alon. And this one is a leather fragrance, kind of in the vein of something like YSL Baby Cat. So it is a dark, rich, complex, very realistic, maybe even slightly animalic leather fragrance with a good bit of sweetness. And what I've found with day three fragrances is that most of their fragrances have a certain complexity. They have layers of notes to discover. You'll find that with some of the houses like Nishane or Nasamato. This is that style of fragrance where you spray it on. If you like leather fragrances, you'll like it, but you'll also say, wow, this is something that is of another level than most of the designer fragrances that you're going to find. So again, if you like YSL Baby Cat, this one doesn't have that kind of powerful gourmand vanilla, but it does have a similar warm ambery sweetness and some spice and powerful leather. Again, day three fragrances, Alon. Now you may have noticed this list has had a lot of fall and winter focused fragrances. That's kind of par for the course with this kind of fragrance since we're talking about monster performers. I am going to throw some freshies in here though. This is one that is nothing you've never seen before, but I will tell you, women adore this fragrance and you get some of the best reactions of anything you'll wear wearing this and other things like it. I'm talking about Dylan Blue from Versace. It's a blue fragrance. It's sort of, blue, aquatic, a little bit woody, good dose of ambroxan. You've got some citrus in the opening. You've got a little bit of incense, giving this one some depth that caused it to stand out from some other blue fragrances. It smells clean. It smells like shower gel, but there is, again, a little something extra with that incense and some of the other depth in this fragrance. I absolutely love it. I've complimented other people wearing it, not knowing what they are wearing. And this is one that I and my sons have had a really good experience with wearing it out and having people say, oh, you smell amazing. What is that? Again, Dylan Blue, I still think one of the best blue fragrances available and actually very affordable. And another blue fragrance with amazing performance, and it smells so very good. It's probably still my favorite blue fragrance. I'm talking about this one from YSL. This is YEDP. Still my favorite Y fragrance. I like the Parfum, but I like this one better. I like the Elixir, but I like this one better. To me, this one just captures everything I love about the Y line and just maximizes the best parts of it. This one's got a wonderful, sweet, ginger and citrus opening, and then you go down into the heart and you've got some sage and juniper berries. You've got this very aromatic, kind of fresh, spicy heart that mixes with that sweetness in the opening in a way that is just absolutely perfect. Then you've got some sort of like an ambergris, ambroxan, amber max kind of, amber woods is I think what they call it, that gives the base of the fragrance. It just, again, it smells clean. It's a little sweeter than most blue fragrances, but the aromatics I think caused this one to stand out from all the rest. Again, Yves Saint Laurent YEDP. Another one that would fall in line with freshies, although it does have a good bit of sweetness. I'm talking about this one from Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is, of course, Le Beau Parfum. I think it's the best Le Beau fragrance. It's got that tonka and coconut that the original was beloved for, but this one's also got a powerful sweet pineapple, giving it actually a lot of sweetness. And then there is this woodiness as well, kind of a woody muskiness that a lot of summer-focused fragrance have a similar thing going on. Maybe Dolce & Gabbana light blue fragrances and a lot of other things I could name. But the wonderful tropical pineapple coconut mixing with that fresh, woody, musky base is actually, I think, a great combination. Makes it one of the best summer date night fragrances you could ever wear. Again, Le Beau Les Parfums. And another freshie. This one is one of probably the strongest fragrances in my collection. I'm talking about Kenzo Homme EDP. This is the 2022 release. Very, very unique fragrance. There's some part of this fragrance that's not super unique. I would even compare it to something like Versace Dylan Blue, or even more so like Prada Ocean, some of the ocean fragrances, Luna Rossa Ocean. But what this has that none of the rest have is a very realistic, very powerful leather note. So it's an aquatic blue fragrance with a powerful, realistic, slightly animalic leather note. And again, this is like a 14 to 16 hour fragrance. I'm not exaggerating. This is a fragrance that if I spray it on my clothes, it will be there weeks later if I pull something out of the closet without washing it first. So I love the way that it smells, but you do have to be careful on the trigger. And it's not something I could wear every day, but you know, once a week during the spring and summer, wonderful. This is again Kenzo Homme 2022 EDP. Now we're going to return to some darker things, some things that are definitely not freshies. This one is one of the best releases of 2024. I think I actually called it my favorite release of last year. This is Boss Bottled Absolute, and it is amazing. They basically took Boss Bottled Elixir, which is another one of my favorite Boss fragrances. That was a dark, incensey, woody, aromatic fragrance. This one has pretty much all of that. It's got the dark woodiness and I think a little bit of the incense. It's got some aromatics, but they also added this caramely vanilla sweetness to the fragrance. I guess, you know, ambery, caramely kind of a sweetness to the fragrance. They rolled back that dark incensiness and even rolled back the aromatics just a little bit so that it's kind of the perfect blend of Elixir. If you like that one, probably 70% Elixir, and then they added a smooth sweetness to the fragrance that I think makes this one way more mass appealing. And it actually bumped Elixir out of the way as my favorite Boss Bottled fragrance. Boss Bottled Absolute. I am so looking forward to wearing this fall and winter. To me, it just perfectly exemplifies what I want in a fall and winter fragrance. And by the way, like Elixir was, this is a 12+ hour fragrance on me. Boss Bottled Absolute. Next up, this one is probably still my favorite fragrance of all time. You know, that's such a hard thing to choose, but every time I wear it, I think this fragrance was made for me. I love it. This is Philipp Plein No Limits. Pay no attention to the gaudy bottle that this thing is in. This is a gourmand, spicy leather fragrance. I mean, that's all I need to know right there. I love leather, I love dark, I love sweet, I love spicy. This one's got a powerful, realistic, long-lasting leather note. It's got some chocolate, it's got some vanilla, it's got some black pepper, some cinnamon, some cardamom. All of these things are notes that I love, and they come together so good in this fragrance. And again, it is a 12 to 14 hour mega performer on me. Philipp Plein No Limits. And surprisingly, this fragrance is dirt cheap. You can usually get these 1.7 ounce. Last time I looked, for about $40. If this fragrance was a $200 niche fragrance, I don't think anybody would bat an eye. It is incredible. Philipp Plein No Limits. Number 11, this is another one I absolutely love. Would have to be in my top 10 fragrances of all time, but it's pretty simple. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. One of the best designer vanilla fragrances you can buy, period. It's probably 80% vanilla, 10% ambroxan, 10% incense. And it is, you know, if you like vanilla ice cream, vanilla cake, all of those kind of things, it's got what I love about those sweet vanilla notes, but the ambroxan and the incense tone down the sweetness a little bit without losing the impact of that vanilla. I love this fragrance. My sons love this fragrance. My wife loves this fragrance on me. And this is, again, probably not in the 14-hour territory, but easily in that 8 to 10-hour territory. And for a fragrance like this, that is awesome performance. Again, this is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. And number 12, the other niche fragrance that I have in this video, this is one I picked up last year and immediately fell in love with it. I'm talking about Mancera's Oud Vanille. This fragrance is amazing. If you like Mancera's style of oud. It's got that dark oudiness, which often reminds me of kind of oud and leather. It has a very similar impact as leather, but then it has this wonderful gourmand vanilla, almost like the kind of vanilla that is used in Mercedes-Benz Club Black or even YSL Baby Cat. It's that style of vanilla, but with that dark and spicy woody, leathery kind of oud. So again, you probably can pick up from this list the kind of fragrances that I just go head over heels for. This is definitely one of them. Again, Mancera Oud Vanille. So that has been 12 monster strong fragrances. Let me know some of your picks down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video an absolutely terrifyingly monstrous click if you liked it. I'm Justin. This is Sillage Scents.